Greetings from the Philippines. My name is Odilon L and I'm the officer in charge, Assistant Regional Director of the Department of the Interior and Local Government, particularly in Regional Office Number 2, Tuguegarao City, Cagayan. This is something to do about the organizational change management course of Ms. Imelda Rosales, particularly studying the implementation of the ILG rationalization plan in the region. The first question, what were the obstacles in the implementation of RAT plan in Region 2? In any development efforts, such as the implementation of the rationalization plan, the office had experienced, of course, what we call displacement of a good number of employees, and that means there were resistances from these employees because of displacement. And other than that is, of course, the preparedness of the government in providing alternative employment sources for those who are still able or who are still gainfully, shall I say, productive to be part of the government workforce. Any politics or power issues? The way I say there is no political power struggle, but then I think there is an issue more about the soft power because one of the government's role is to provide employment for its inhabitants, and the rationalization plan is all about streamlining the number of personnel because of duplication, because of issue on relevancy. So the downsizing would affect the economic, status or economic capabilities of the affected employees. So it's not all about the political power struggle issue, but it's more about soft power, the role of the government to provide alternative livelihood or alternative sources of employment. So how to be more compassionate, how to be more sensitive on the needs of these displaced employees was really a hard issue, I should say. Was there resistance to those affected by the rationalization? I answer it affirmatively because on the ground of economic reasons, survival, and upholding the dignity of every employee. How was this resistance managed by the regional management? Good thing the regional management was proactive by then when it had first known about the rationalization plan. The regional leadership organized group, we call it the change management team, the CMT, to come up with strategies on how to mitigate the impact of this rationalization plan. And every now and then, the regional management conducted what we call small group discussions with these affected personnel, elaborating, communicating, articulating the very ends and objectives of the rationalization plan. And I think the resistances were somehow mitigated, and at the same time, their minds were open and were more accepting on the effects of the rationalization plan. Other than the resistance, what were some significant issues and concerns involved? Nothing so significant, but I think it is more on the soft power issue, that is detaching these employees who had been or who had worked for more than 2 decades in the department and whose commitment and enthusiasm were still high. So it is more about the process of letting them go. The feeling of emancipation. How it is being resolved by inviting them every now and then to attend some programs, some gatherings of the department, so that the emancipation process was more easy. And what can you say about the organized change management team? Very effective. I think they have done their part well by coming up with strategies and communicating these strategies to concerned individuals. How was the change evaluated? We conducted what we call this change management process, wherein all the employees of the department were involved, and we heard their voices. We requested them to make an action plan, something to that effect, and every now and then we are conducting assessment, how far we had, shall I say, accomplished in terms of their needs, in terms of their plans, in terms of their strategies on how to effectuate the plans. What is your own evaluation of the overall change process in the region and the entire DILG as a whole? It is still a work in progress, shall I say, particularly enhancing the competencies of the employees and providing them the sufficient, support, particularly infrastructure technology and information technology infrastructure, and also unleashing their innovativeness and creativity. But all in all, in terms of making the organization stronger, I think we're doing good with that. And in terms of, shall I say, the effectiveness of PPA implementation, the way I see it, the change management process has been very helpful in making more meaningful reforms in terms of achieving local development. And the impact of change on individuals, groups, and the entire organization. For individuals, the change management process in general provided an opportunity for individual employees to be more at par with the challenges of reforms, meaning to say the issue on relevance, the issue on competency, and the issue on absorptive capacity are really like conscious parameters for every employee to improve or to should I say to be it's his mantra or her mantra every now and then. And for our groups, let's say operating units, I think there is a conscious effort, more conscious effort to make the action plans, their action plans, maybe a provincial action plan, maybe a cluster action plan, to be more implementable and to be more measurable. And to the entire organization, of course, the change management process is always a reference for decision making, particularly on improving the capacity build-ups or competencies of our employees, improving our systems, our procedures, and the overall upholding the overall public value of our mandates as an organization, and that is to increase the competency of enhance the competency of our local government units. That will be all, and thank you so much.